All right, it is 11:25 on September 15th. It's a Thursday. I was just telling John I was specifically waiting till 11:25 to start this just so we could get like a nice. You got to get like your round numbers.
You got to get the even start time, or it's going to be multiple of 5.
It's like when you're controlling the volume on the TV, and it's got to be like a multiple of 5. Like you got to have it at like 15 or 20. You can't have it at 18. You know,
I think you can have it at 18.
Okay.
You can't have it at like 19.
Right, like 19 or 17 or something like that. Like,
yeah.
I know there's people who like the even number strategy, but anyway, on that note, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. This is the first episode of the Sword Streaming Sports Podcast.
Yes.
I'm Jack Stern. This is Jon Kannenberg.
How's it going?
For better or for worse, we are going to be the guys running this show.
Maybe for worse. We'll find out here.
We're not even a minute in, and we have spent most of our time so far talking about volume settings on the TV. So that's
it's fine.
We're
fine.
I was also going to mention it's 72 degrees out right now, but I forgot to include that in my impromptu intro. With that, I suppose we should actually start talking about what we're supposed to talk about.
That's probably a good idea. Probably wise to do that. Yeah.
So we're here to talk primarily about campus sports.
Yes.
You know, maybe we'll sneak in a little interesting nugget about pro sports, but this is the sword sports, so we're trying to keep it mostly limited to the happenings on campus. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, and considering how all of the Wisconsin sports are going right now, the Brewers trending downward. I'm sure you could talk about.
Well, they're not dead yet. So
all right. We're not going to start on that topic because we could talk that for hours. But we will launch into WLC sports. What's the first one you want to talk about? There we go.
I think we can start on the quick trip, the Glazer
Quick Trip
Bowl,
Glazer Bowl.
That's I've seen all these pictures going around of the Glazer trophy.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that really didn't pan out the way anyone was hoping. But
it didn't. But I like the idea behind the Glazer Bowl. Like the name, it just feels like the most Wisconsin thing that we could have set up. You got the rivalry game going again, like you said. Didn't pan out the way we wanted it to. Not really at all. But did you see the live stream at all?
I did not see the live stream. No.
I turned it on for a bit. It was actually really good. They had like announcers. They had Marissa doing sideline reporting. They had like multiple different cameras, and they had people commenting from all over. There was a part where somebody commented from Great Britain, and the announcers they were like deepest sympathy for the Queen. I was like, we're talking about D3 football here. We're talking about the Queen, but
why don't they give us that kind of budget to do that kind of stuff?
I know.
No, but that's seriously, that's pretty cool the way they did it.
It was nice, yeah.
I think the marketing was pretty good too. I was telling you before we started this about the Rev Shev vlog where he's holding the Glazer trophy and he's interviewing the Glazer trophies. So that was interesting to watch. But we always love to see Rev Shev.
Rev Shev's interviews, those are the best. I mean, they really do make the day better. Make this athletics.
He's a character. He definitely makes things more exciting.
Agreed, for sure.
All right. So obviously, Glazer Bowl did not go the way we were hoping to, but
no. But I mean, so this weekend, after this comes out, but before, we're talking about this before it happens. We got the homecoming game coming up. I think it's Lakeland, I want to say, and we're gonna hope that game goes a little bit better. I know Lakeland's a tough competitor, but I mean, hopefully we'll be able to come back, use the tough loss to come back, and we got so many guys. We got the entire freshman class of 1,000 people. I don't even know. Hopefully, we can utilize our guys and come back and win that one this weekend.
So just a reminder for everyone. Well, the game will have already happened by the time
you're
watching this, but this September 17th, this Saturday, 6:00. That's a home game against Lakeland at Robbie Stadium.
Yes. So hopefully you win. Honestly, hopefully you win and cheer them on. Homecoming game, big atmosphere.
You got to have the school support the school.
Yeah, exactly.
No matter what, through thick and thin.
Yeah, exactly. Come out to as many sporting events as you can. If you're a freshman, you don't know if you want to come out to the sports, do it. It's worth it.
I know the last game they had like all kinds of free stuff if you went to the game. Are they doing
did
something like that again?
No, so that was for the 50th anniversary.
Okay.
And they had like the free hot dogs and all that. Yeah, concessions. It was like a donation somebody put in, so that was.
I remember seeing that, and I did not end up going anyway because I got brew tickets instead. So I'm sorry. I didn't do my part. I kind of like bailed on the school loyalty thing that I was just talking about. But it's
you know, it's fine. I mean, but you'll go to the homecoming game, right?
Maybe.
Absolutely.
Maybe I'll be there. We'll see.
I'm actually not going to be there, but I'm traveling, so I'm not going to be able to go. But I'll watch the live stream for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
But, all right, I mean, we're talking football. We can switch to the European football, go to soccer.
That was a really good segue.
You like that segue? Yeah.
That was completely off the cuff, too. He did not like...
I mean, it was...
okay, maybe it was...
I'm not going to lie, I didn't like think of that in the shower earlier this morning, but you know.
It was marinating for a little bit, and then he got to it.
I had the transition going. But I mean, talking about men's soccer and women's soccer, both of the teams have seen like pretty decent success this year, I think. We've had some notable... Just this week, we had a men's and women's NACC Student Athlete of the Week, I want to say. Jason Cano for the guys, senior, and then Brooke Blum for a freshman for the women. So WLC's making some noise in the NACC.
WLC's making some waves.
Yeah,
so
that's
exactly. what I like to see. We're making some waves not only with the on-field performance, but we were talking about the new warm-up jackets.
Oh yeah. I mean, so I was thinking, you know, they had this whole big trip to Virginia that they just went on. They just got back from, and I'm thinking the budget went there.
the budget went to
not
the
to the jackets because, like, I mean, maybe as long as they like them, like, I can't say anything. But we've had people tell us they look like a vest with then like highlighter arm. I mean,
they look like human highlighters.
I was walking back from practice one day, and a whole van of them, like they must have been leaving for a trip or something. A whole van of them pulled out. They had the jerseys on, and you could just see like the sleeves down the street as they were driving away. It was hilarious.
Hey man, I mean, you can be hundreds of yards away, and you're still going to see that out there. You're going to be like, that is WLC soccer. So
exactly. I mean, I like that they got that trip to Virginia. I think it's cool that we have a couple WLC trips. Like men's tennis is leaving for Michigan today. We've got cross country. Both men's and women's are going to Memphis later today. So WLC is making waves all over the country, not just the NACC.
The WLC Sports World Tour.
Yeah, exactly.
We're making our presence felt. All across the globe. All across the country first. I mean,
not the globe quite yet. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there for the international games.
We gotta. We'll start with the country, and then we'll expand to world domination.
We will.
As you can see, we're setting very high goals here for WLC Sports.
You know, we'll live up to it eventually.
One step at a time.
Well, we'll get there. Yeah. I think we got to shout out. I mean, we already talked about Jason Cano getting the NACC Athlete of the Week. He also just yesterday set the all-time scoring record for WLC, which is really, really impressive.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
So props to him and just the entire soccer team for that as well. I know we're ripping on the jackets, but
this is they gave us good stuff to talk about. So
exactly.
You got to give a shout. You got to give a shout out to WLC Soccer for giving us some good things to talk about.
Yeah. I mean, that's on the men's side. The women's side, I mean, it's interesting to me that either win by double digits, or they lose and they give up 4 goals. Literally, they have never lost a game that they didn't give up exactly 4 goals. And then the wins that they have had most recently: 12-0 versus Mount Mary's, 11-1 versus Maranatha Baptist. That's just like
that was when I saw the 12-0. I thought that was a typo at first because
I did too.
Someone brought that up to me a couple days ago, and I was that's not what you expected.
Imagine being on the team that you lose 0-12. Like how do you feel after that? I mean,
I wonder what the pregame or the postgame talk is after you lose 12-0.
It can't be good. But I saw that I actually looked at their website as well. That same team that we beat 12-0 lost 12-0 to Lakeland as well. So it's not just a one time.
Okay,
it's like
it's a theme.
But
like, what do you do? Like you're done with that game, and coach comes in, he's like, I saw some things to build up today.
Yeah. Well, imagine you got to go home after that.
Yeah.
Like, do your biology homework or something. like you just absolutely get destroyed in a soccer game.
You gotta shrug it off, I guess. So
yeah, but I mean, we have the capabilities. That freshman Brooke Blum won the NACC award last week. She has 7 goals in like 5 or 6 games, so she's averaging more than 1 a game. So we got good scores on both teams for sure, and
we'd love to see that.
We do.
Please, WLC sports people, keep doing good things so we can say good things on this podcast instead of making fun of you all.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we do enjoy making fun of.
Oh yeah, full disclaimer, that's completely in good nature.
Yeah, if you do something ridiculous, we'll call you out for it.
Like dress like a human highlighter, but
yeah, exactly. I actually came prepared here to completely go off on the women's volleyball team because the last match that I went to, they were up 2-0 and then they choked a lead. They choked their entire lead. They lost 3-2. I almost lost my voice at that game. I was screaming so loud. And then my roommate and I just went home and we were like so sad about the loss. We were just like, we had been there the entire game and we sat there and those bleachers are like, I mean, it's bleachers. So
they're bleachers.
Yeah, exactly. And we were so upset about it. And we just sat there.
You mean to tell me that the bleachers are not like luxury seating?
You know those bleachers with the backs that some like stadiums have?
Yeah.
We need those because I already slouch bad enough when there is a back. Like
I have to. If I'm ever sitting down, it's got to be something that's got like a back. Otherwise,
yes, absolutely.
You give me like maybe only half an hour sitting down, and I'm already sore because I'm slouching so much. So.
Even with a back, it's bad. But
I'm slouching right now, so it's even with the back.
Same,
so
same, absolutely. Mm-hmm. I mean the Time of Grace. I mean that's the official name for the gym. Like it's a great facility, but it's bleachers. Like bleachers are bleachers anywhere you go.
Mm-hmm. But, so what did the volleyball team do?
So they were up 2-0, and then they gave up 2 sets and then lost in the 5th set tiebreak, which I was about to like completely get ready to just like put them on blast for that.
Yeah.
The next game that they had, they were down 2-0, came back, did the same thing that happened to them to that team, which happened to be, I think it was Wartburg. They were ranked 18th, and we came back and won, and they haven't lost a game since then.
Wow.
So, I mean, they've only had a couple, but that moment was turn them around.
That's the spark. Everything clicks at that moment.
Yes, and they've been playing well since then. I think they've only, since the 2 that they were down against Wartburg, they've only lost 1 set since then. So,
nice.
I can't really come at them for that because they used it and they turned around.
John's like secretly disappointed that volleyball is succeeding now because John had his whole thing ready. He was ready to rip volleyball.
I was absolutely ready.
Now that completely changed the direction of the program here.
It did. I mean, okay. I think I mentioned this to you yesterday.
Yeah.
I was doing my research on the volleyball team. Preparing my piece about.
He did all of the preparation work for this. I didn't really do anything. So.
But I mean, I think that's what we needed. We needed one with the. It's like when you have like a color commentator and like a main announcer.
Yeah.
It's like they build off each other. That's how it is. But no, I looked on their page, and I just accidentally scrolled all the way down to the coaching staff. They have a team yoga instructor on the volleyball team.
Team yoga instructor.
They have yes. I don't know what that means, to be honest with you. I don't know.
Do they just like in the middle of practice, everyone drops and pulls out their yoga mat and like let's do the downward dog for 10 minutes? I don't know how yoga works, if you can't tell. So
I've been known to do what's the word for that?
John dabbles in yoga.
That's the word I was looking for. I dabble in yoga.
John dabbles in yoga.
Yeah, dabble in yoga, but nothing with like a hired team yoga instructor. I think every team should have that. Like I don't know, man. I'm the director of analytics for the baseball team, so I'm on the coaching staff. If I tried to convince our guys or the rest of our coaches that we need a team yoga instructor, I don't think that would go over very well. So that's my point, though. I want to see all of the baseball guys.
You want to see all the baseball guys
and doing yoga.
We're gonna go out in left field and we're gonna do yoga for 15 minutes here.
You'd be surprised. I'm telling you, I dabble in yoga. It relaxes you. It gets you in the right mood. I feel like you got a lot of tension before the game. You gotta clear your mind, kind of get ready. Do some yoga.
I mean, they always talk about like pitchers have their, well, not just pitchers, everybody has their mental routine to get locked in before the game. Is there? I mean, there's probably some guys who put yoga, not on the WLC team, but just guys in general. Like
there's got to be
guys who.
There's got to be guys with way stranger rituals out there. I'm sure there's.
Athletes are very strange people, so.
I'm sure it's the same at WLC. There's got to be rituals on like most of the teams, or just like pregame.
Or I just don't. This is the first time I've heard of. Well, maybe they don't even do it as a pregame routine.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is the first I've heard of a team yoga instructor for.
That's what I'm
D3 private Christian college. So
it's really the first time I've heard of a team yoga instructor for
anyone.
Really, the first time I thought about a team yoga instructor being a thing.
I don't know. Well, we'll have to get the inside scoop on that from some volleyball
people
and see what's going on with the team. You couldn't find any more information about the team yoga instructor?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even click on her profile or anything. Okay. I just saw that she was there. And I didn't, I didn't ask. We'll have to bring somebody in. We're looking for people to bring in an interview.
We need guests. What if we bring in the yoga instructor?
Now that.
And we'll have the yoga instructor explain why they do yoga.
That's a great idea. My only concern is if she wants us to do yoga.
Well, it's not really going to work in this room because we got like the tables and everything everywhere, and
you're right.
Like there's no area for us to do yoga in here, so I think we're safe.
We could hit a tree pose. You know that. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
No, she's gonna like take us out to the quad or something. We're gonna have to move all the equipment out, and there's gonna be.
We need someone with.
There's not going to be a yoga segment on the pod, unfortunately.
So. He doesn't think so. I say we get someone with a handheld camera carrying us around.
You can have a yoga segment if you want.
Right.
I am not going to participate in the yoga segment.
All right. If you want to be on a yoga segment for a very official yoga segment in the podcast, contact me.
We'll have to. Why do I feel like we're going to get like some engagement and some responses on the idea of a yoga club or not a yoga?
There is a yoga club.
I misspoke. Like a yoga segment on the pod.
Yeah,
like
somebody's gonna take that.
Someone's gonna want to see that probably. So,
2 weeks from now, when we're supposed to do our second one, it'll actually just be a yoga instructional video. We'll completely rework the podcast.
There won't even be a podcast anymore. John's gonna get like his little yoga instructional video.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think I could.
We're gonna put you in like this white room, and it's gonna be like. You'll be like dressed in white, and you'll just be like talking to the camera like really softly, and we'll have like the really like peaceful, serene music in the background. We're like it's if you're not listening close enough, like you don't hear the music because it's really soft and it's like really peaceful. It's like the ambience or whatever you want to call it. Yeah,
and I would use that for my pregame ritual. Like I would watch my own video.
John's gonna watch his yoga video before a tennis match.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, come on, why not?
I noticed you're repping the WLC.
I am.
Tennis
I have to.
I should have worn the WLC baseball shirt.
You got the hat, right?
I do have the hat.
Yeah.
So
I mean, no, I had to. I'm repping it on the podcast, and then like I said, we're leaving for Michigan. The men's tennis team's taking a trip to Michigan, leaving Thursday, going this weekend. We're playing like an individual tournament up there. So we're going as a team, but like there's a chance we play some of our own guys because it's just like each person goes in by themselves. So that's cool. We're actually not in season right now. We're a spring sport, but the women's is in season right now. Last weekend, I looked at their schedule. They had 4 matches scheduled. And as someone who has played 4 matches in a weekend, it is not something you want to do. It is tough because you play doubles and singles. So that's it ends up being 8 matches. One of them got canceled, I saw. So they didn't have to play the full 4. But
was this for when we had the it rained on Sunday, right? That's when
yes. Yeah, that's when it was. They moved. Yeah.
But fun fact about the rain, just interject that in there. I was at the Brewer game the night before, and when I got back, I knew it was going to rain the next day. I thought I closed my windows because I park on 90th right outside my building.
Okay.
And then I had to run to Pick and Save the next day because I needed more chocolate milk. I can't go without my chocolate milk.
As one does.
So I get I walk up to the car, and I found out that all 4 of my windows were like halfway rolled down. There was like standing water in the cup holders. The seats are drenched. So,
I mean,
yeah, that was a tough scene. But
you don't need a cup in the cup holder if you just have water.
Right? Yeah, I'll drink straight out of the cup
holder. Get a
holder.
straw, just you know.
No, it's and that was the first time so usually like in the past I would leave my windows open, cracked a little bit because my car doesn't have working AC in it.
Okay,
and
yeah.
It's miserable. But this was actually like I made a point to start remembering to close my windows.
Yeah.
And this was the first time in like the 3 weeks that I've been back on campus that I left them rolled down, and that happened to be like the day
worst possible.
Yeah, where it was raining cats and dogs for like 24 hours. So
yeah, I heard that that the tennis coach actually will leave his windows open sometimes as well. So I wonder if that happened to him. He actually, it's funny because you'll see his car outside of the Modern Language building. You know how they changed that into the Esports building?
That's right.
They put him in there too for I don't know what reason. I don't even think we can get in there without him like letting us in.
Huh.
But they have it's like Esports, their whole venue, and then his office. But I mean, do we want to talk esports?
I think that's a good transition.
It's a good place to go.
Esports is interesting because that's new this year. This is the first year that we have the esports team. I know someone who's participating in that.
Okay, I think I do as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's the funny thing that stood out to me is he said that they do like workouts for esports.
Really?
They have to.
Like what?
I don't remember if he told me. I think he said they do like some cardio stuff. I don't know if it's just like if it's going to be classified like as with the other sports, like there's got to be some kind of
I would assume
like a physical routine or something. But
I'm just imagining like a whole bunch of people sitting in a room just like thumb wrestling.
Right? Yeah. See when he said esports workouts, I was like, man, your thumbs must be really sore right now. He's like, no, we go and we have to do like actual there's an actual workout routine.
Well, I heard they had to do I don't know, you probably don't have to do this on like the coaching staff, but like the impact testing and like all of that, like the balance testing.
Yeah.
I heard they had to do that as well.
for esports?
I get you don't want to be playing video games with a concussion.
Well,
that's the number one thing. But but I think it's hilarious just picturing like these esports people who, they play their sport sitting in a chair.
Right.
They have to like do the standing But
no, it was another thing he told me too that was interesting is what he said esports is different, not just because it's you're playing something on a computer.
Right.
Part of that is if they're playing like online games and like in online competitions, like they don't have like there's not as much travel stuff, or it opens up the possibility where they don't just have to play like local competition or competition that's within like a certain range of the campus.
That is true, although I have to say, if we're trying to play some sort of, really any game on the internet over WLC's Wi-Fi, do you really think that's going to...
Oh, man. Esports team loses because the WLC Wi-Fi
it's an automatic forfeit. I was walking to class today, they had the Spectrum trucks in the Aspire parking lot. Man. But
there was problems with the Wi-Fi like all last week. Like I was trying to send emails to people and they like never got them.
No, I would send like messages and it messed up. That I don't even know. I was just having a bunch of trouble with texting and emailing and everything. It was. I think they're trying to get it fixed.
Yeah,
but
I guess I don't think we're supposed to stray too much onto this because I think that might be in the actual sword, not the. We'll see.
Go read the sword too. I guess that would be my article.
That's right here.
It would be in my section.
He's the new news editor.
He's the sports editor. So we got a lot of power at the sword. So
we hold a lot of influence. Which I'm sure you can imagine how that goes.
Yeah, I think that was a mistake.
I don't know why they picked us. I didn't even volunteer to do this. Like they asked me if I wanted to do it.
They just told me to do it.
They came to me and they're like, "You're going to do this." I'm like, "All right." No, we volunteered for the pod though. So
we did. This is really like our brainchild.
This is our baby.
Yeah, entirely, absolutely. So.
All right, we should probably actually get back to talking about the things we're supposed to talk about.
You want to talk about WLC's Wi-Fi for?
Well, no, I can do plenty of complaining about WLC's Wi-Fi, but instead we need to complain about WLC sports.
Yeah. Great.
Complain, praise. It depends on what the scenario has been. So far, we've done a little bit of both, I think.
Yeah, I feel like we've outweighed the bad with the good.
Yeah.
We've been talking pretty.
So you said men's tennis is going to Michigan. Where in Michigan?
That's a fantastic question.
Sounds like I don't know. I'm not driving. It doesn't matter to me.
That's exactly correct. I mean, it's like, I really should know this. It's like Hope College, Hope University.
Okay.
All I know is they have a really, really nice tennis facility. It's in Holland, Michigan.
Holland, Michigan.
So if that tells you anything, it does not tell me anything.
We're gonna look up where is Holland, Michigan.
We're
doing a geography lesson.
I could not tell you.
Okay.
It's about a 4-hour drive, I think,
Okay.
and we lose an hour, obviously, going to Michigan.
According to Google, Holland is a city on the shore of Lake Masatawa. Is that how you say it? In Michigan.
I know shockingly little about Michigan.
My only knowledge of Michigan really is I go ice fishing in the UP in the wintertime. Yeah. I haven't done it the past couple of years because I'm here.
Right.
So and it's usually like in mid-February that we take the trip, but that is the extent of my Michigan knowledge.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah,
I'm just looking at it on Google Maps. It looks like I just see that there's a Menards in Holland, so that's
okay. I feel like it's kind of close to
me.
Maybe it's close to Grand Rapids. That's like the one city I know
so
in Michigan.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it is kind of close. It's,
yeah.
You go like a little bit east of Grand Rapids. Yeah, that's kind of there.
So that's where we'll be.
There's a Wyoming in Michigan?
Like a city called
There's a Wyoming.
County.
There's a Wyoming, Michigan. Yeah, it's a city. Wyoming, Michigan.
Which do you think came first? Do you think it was Wyoming?
Oh, that's a good question. We're gonna
definitely sports related.
Yeah.
That question.
Well, let's start at WLC.
Question of the day.
We're gonna
which started first, Wyoming, Michigan, or Wyoming the state?
So after a period of extensive research, we have in fact found out that Wyoming, the city in Michigan, came before Wyoming the state. So Wyoming, Michigan was founded in 1848, and Wyoming the state was admitted to the Union on July 10th, 1890. So
I don't know what to do with that information. Maybe I mean, go out with that information and like win a trivia game or something. Impress somebody with that.
You're getting a geography lesson now from the Sword Sports Pod, which is talking about everything except sports.
Everything except sports, but we should probably get back into that. So let's.
Yeah, I guess we should.
Yeah. Let's. I don't know. Let's go into. You want to go into golf? You want to talk about golf?
We can talk about golf. What do you want to talk about with golf?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest here. I really don't know anything about golf.
I'm with you on that one. I'm not a big golfer. I've told you this before. The extent of my golfing experience is maybe a couple of visits to the driving range and Wii Sports Golf.
And mini golf.
And mini golf.
I'll do mini golf. But no, I do love Wii Sports Golf as well. I used to try to do Wii Sports Golf as like, I remember I booted it up one night and I was like gonna try and relax, just chill out to the calming music. And then it is so frustrating.
Can we go back though? Like the music for like Wii Sports Golf, like the music is really good.
Yes, it is.
I used to like when I was like, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 years old. Sometimes I would boot up Wii Sports and I would like load up the golf game, but not actually start playing the game, just so I could hear like the music loop over and over. Because like
meditation, sort of study music.
And this was before like I knew that you could like go on YouTube or something and just look up like the 10-hour loop of the Wii Sports Golf music.
Right. Exactly.
So instead you had to like make do with what you had, and you had to make the loop yourself.
Yes, but that is the only calming part of that game.
Yeah.
Because driving is fine, right?
Yeah. No.
The normal part of the game is fine, and then you get to the green and you get to putting.
It all goes downhill once you get to the green.
Well, literally sometimes, but it just
yes, you're right.
But it's always like you're either not registering it at all, or you're going way too hard and you're going completely off.
Yeah.
The
So
green,
like, God bless the Wii. Like,
yes,
I love my Wii. Like I play more Wii than like anything else. Like I'm not a gamer. I just play Wii.
Same.
But the Wii remote is not completely accurate when it comes to picking up your motion. So like if you're driving and it's like a more like dramatic motion, like it'll pick that up pretty good. So like I have no problems with driving. Like
Right.
every like usually when I do a drive, like I get the gauge just right, and then you have like the Wii Sports announcer. He's like, nice shot, and then you get to the green and like you're doing the putting. So like you'll be like really close. So you got to do the thing where it's just like a very like slight like motion.
Right.
It's not gonna pick that up, so it's gonna think you did nothing, and then like I get mad, and then I like go over the top, and I just like go all out, and then I end up shooting it like 25 yards past the hole.
Yes,
so
and then you have the same problem in the next shot, and you end up with like a +6 on a hole.
I'll be
you
like-
should have got a birdie. Like,
I'll be like one putt away from a birdie, and then like I end up with like a +7 or something. So
yes, exactly. I think that they should add Wii Sports golf, and really just Wii Sports in general, to esports, because that's something that I would watch and
I think
participate.
I think we need to get on this and see if we can make this happen. If they like added if they added Wii Sports to esports, I would join esports. That's a lot of times saying sports or just like
Esports.
Wii Sports and esports. That's very similar.
Yes, it is. But in terms of actual golf, which is what we started out,
I was
talking
just about to bring it back to that.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, right, of
that's-
course.
mhm.
I mean, we should probably talk about the actual golf. I still don't know
I guess we should.
very much about what's going on. We'll have to bring somebody in sometime. Who
If
knows more
you
about
if
golf.
you are on any of the WLC golf teams, please come in here and tell us about how badly we're butchering our golf analysis.
yes, how they work, how
How
good we are as a team,
how they? What do you mean how they work?
like how golf,
Gol-
like the
how-
golf,
how golf-
tournaments or
Oh, the golf-
I don't even
okay.
know what they're called. Is it outings?
I think
matches.
Yeah, outing, right?
Golf
Well,
out-
I
a
guess
golf
I
outing.
guess it depends on what because like golf outing. When I think of golf outing, I'm thinking like
Like
you know
with your boss.
yeah, like you're
Yeah.
it's a company event or it's like for fundraising or something.
Yes,
Then it's an
yes.
outing. Like I feel like if I'm on the golf team here, like that's not an outing.
No, that's like a competition.
Invitational?
Invitational is
There
probably
you go.
good.
Okay.
And that's what we have. I think both the men's and women's team have invitationals either coming up later this weekend or going on right now.
See, I wish I could take credit for remembering that it's an invitational, but I'm actually like just glancing down at the notes. So
oh.
that's
Yeah, it
it
does
says
say
it says invitational in the notes, so
Yeah,
that's what
I
we're
guess
rolling with.
I guess WLC Fall Invitational for both women's and men's. That's going on. I think.
All right.
Yeah, I think right now. So-
Go out and golf well and putt better than I do in Wii Sports, and they should be fine.
and putt better than I do in mini golf because I fell apart when I was mini golfing.
I
with my
was-
cousins this summer.
I was playing mini golf with one of my buddies maybe like it was like 2 weeks before I moved in back down here. And I was doing exceptionally well. Like I was pretty well ahead of him and I was having potentially the best mini golf game of my life. And then we get to like this par 3 where just out of nowhere it takes me like I ended up getting like what do you call it? Like when it's too many strokes, like you're just done, you get like a plus
A +6.
whatever.
right?
Yeah, it was.
yeah.
I ended up getting like a +10 on that hole because I hit the sand trap like 3 times. I somehow like bounced it out of the course twice. So like the penalty strokes add up, and then eventually it was just like +10. And then I ended up losing this mini golf game by 1 stroke.
Really?
So I almost pulled off the comeback
That's
after.
impressive.
Yeah, I almost pulled out the comeback after that really tough hole. But just to have a +10 on one hole and then you lose by 1, that was not a very good feeling.
And all your momentum stops after
Right,
that.
yeah. It's like everything was going well. Like I was almost thinking, this is going too well. Something's about to happen.
Yes.
So,
No, I agree.
Anyway,
But-
WLC golf people, good luck.
Yes. Good luck.
If anyone wants to help us with talking about golf, please give us a call.
Please, absolutely.
Call,
And-
text, email, whatever.
Yes,
yeah,
anything,
something.
which we will not be promoting, so I don't know how you'll do it. But please reach out. Now,
We should have like a I just completely thought this off the cuff. What if we had like a live phone line for
Yeah,
the pod?
Great idea. Well, we don't upload these live, so that's
It would be a retroactively live phone line.
so it's like we do a premiere on YouTube of the video. And
I
then
think
people
that
call in
okay.
live.
I do think that at some point we should do like a special edition that is streamed live.
It's not a bad idea.
I think well
like at a sporting event.
Okay. WLC sporting events. If you want us at your event, badly butchering our coverage of your event, please let us know.
Well, some of the events we could maybe cover, just not golf. Just not golf.
Okay. It can't be baseball because I actually have to do work during baseball games.
I'll
But
commentate baseball. It's fine.
you can commentate. Yeah.
All right.
you can
fine.
do like a little like sideline interview with me while I'm like trying to do like my data and scouting and coaching stuff.
Yeah,
I'll probably just like bark at you to like leave me alone because I'm busy, but you can try.
all right.
So
That sounds like a promise. All right.
What's next on the agenda?
I guess we should probably talk about the last sport that we haven't talked about. Also a sport that I guess I don't know a ton about it, but I feel like there's not that much to know about it. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
you just made some athletes at this school very, very upset.
I really
feel
probably
like.
did.
Yeah.
But let's talk about cross country here.
We've just lost a portion of our audience.
It's fine. One of my roommates is in cross country.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Well, you're gonna have to let me know what he thinks about what you just said about cross country.
All right, I will. But speaking of cross country, this weekend they're going across the country.
That was really well done.
Yeah, they're going to Memphis this weekend, which is actually really, really cool. I think they're just doing like a race down there, and then they're spending like the whole weekend, so just like hanging out, doing cool stuff there. But it's kind of interesting to me because like cross country is one of those things. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, where it's not really that different depending where you do it. Like you're running. I feel like I've had this conversation with some cross country.
The amount of times that we've had to say, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like we're going to get a bunch of comments with the people who are like, well, actually.
Actually, this is the most technical sport.
Yeah.
You have to think very hard about the exact pace. Well, that's actually probably true.
I mean, you do have to. I'm sure you have to pace yourself.
I'm going to stop talking before I actually insult every.
They picked two very stellar candidates to be running this podcast.
Yes.
Right? We're doing a bang up job here.
We can run a podcast, but we can't run a cross country race. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even. Well, jury might still be out on that first one too yet. So
True.
We'll have to see.
Well, I can say that we do have some great runners here at WLC. For the men, we have Peyton Hartman and Zeke Mitchell have been the top runners so far this year. And for the women, we have Brooke Grassland, who's a senior. And I'm pretty sure they've been pretty consistently good throughout. The guys are both juniors. Brooke's a senior. So I think they've been pretty consistent throughout their careers here at WLC. So
Nice. Well, good luck to them as well.
Yes, definitely. And safe travels as well.
Yes, safe travel. Speaking of travels, this is like interesting side story. Did I tell you that when we went to Florida last year for baseball, we had to drive through a snowstorm through 3 different states?
Like for spring break?
Yes.
Like, really?
So we're going to Florida, and we had to drive through like a massive snowstorm. Like we had to get off of like the interstate because they were like shutting it down because the snow was so
I
bad.
believe it based on
was
living here for all my life. But like,
no, it was wild because I'm in the bus, and at this point it's like, I don't know, 3:00 in the morning, and I'm like doing the weird thing like where you're trying to sleep on the bus, but you can't.
Absolutely.
You
No,
cannot.
I know exactly
you
what you're
can't
talking
sleep on a bus. So I'm trying to fall asleep on the bus, and I'm kind of just like, you're doing the thing where it's like, 15 minutes, eyes closed, and then you open your eyes again, and you look at what time it is just to see how much sleep you're losing out on.
No, absolutely. Yes.
But I just kept like looking up, and I'm like, every time I opened my eyes and I looked around, I'm like, I have no idea what direction we're moving, if we're moving.
Yeah.
Have we spun out? Are we in a ditch? Or like,
Yeah.
I was like, everybody on that bus kind of like just accepted that, like, if this is how we die, this is how we die.
I mean, at least you guys get buses. For tennis, we don't have enough people, so they stick us in a WLC van and we're set. I mean, it is tight in there. But
Nice.
You know how it is.
Anyway, though, I don't think anyone is going to be driving through a snowstorm this weekend. So
I hope not.
Good for you guys. All WLC sports people, go out, do good things so that we can say good things about you.
Yes, please. We appreciate
if you do bad things, we will make fun of you.
Yes, we like talking about the good things, but we like talking about the bad things as well. So
Very objective. We cover both sides here on
yes.
the pod.
So don't do bad things if you don't want to be talked about doing bad things.
Right. I think that made sense.
I think
they get the sentiment here.
Yeah, exactly.
On that note, have we covered everything we want to, John?
I think we have for this first episode. I think we covered pretty much all of it.
Before we sign off, any of you who have been watching, if you're really attentive, you'll have noticed that we are not wearing the same thing that we were to start this show. Also, the sound quality should have dramatically improved because we actually got our microphones turned on. The way they were supposed to be. No, we ended up picking up the rest of this production a couple days later.
Yes.
So it is currently, let's see here. It is currently Sunday, September 18th. It's 9:11 at night. So this is now the Sword Sports Pod After Dark.
It is, which may or may not be a recurring bit depending on how much success we have with our technology in the future.
I like the idea of an After Dark podcast.
I do as well, although we don't like have windows or anything to indicate.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Dark in here.
Like, there's no way to know that like there's been a time change
other than our shirts.
Right, but like you don't know that like it could be 10 in the morning or it could be like midnight for all anyone knows.
We could be recording this at 3 in the morning right now.
Yeah.
And Jack just lied about the time to you all.
Yeah.
But
I think we'll leave him on that note. We'll leave him guessing as to what time this was all actually going down.
comment what time you think. what time you think we recorded this.
All right. That's going to wrap it up for us. First edition of the Sword Streaming Sports Pod. That's the unofficial name right now.
We'll figure something out.
We got to come up with something.
Comment also if you have better ideas for that.
I feel like the amount of stuff we're asking them to comment is getting really cringy.
It's getting really cringy.
Like when you if you're watching like the YouTube videos where the guy is like, comment below what you think I should do next. But we're not going to say like and subscribe though, because that's also very cringy.
Yes, that is cringy. But let me also say, comment down below if you or anyone you know wants to be interviewed by us for this podcast. We're looking for people, student athletes who we can interview. This is actually a serious thing, not just like
it's not.
dumb thing.
We need guests because we're not that exciting.
Yeah,
so we need people. We need people to come in and spice it up, add some liveliness and some variety to the program,
and be better at this than we are.
As you can see, we've already been spitballing some ideas for guests. We have John's Yoga Club.
Yeah.
With the volleyball yoga coach.
That will happen.
We're gonna make that happen.
Yes.
Golf people in here to tell us about the difference between real golf and Wii Sports golf.
Yes, we'll make it happen. But please, if you don't comment anything else, comment that. But that's, I think.
If you are a decently upstanding person, there's probably a good chance we'll let you on here.
Agreed.
And if you aren't and you don't conduct yourself well on the show, we will just edit you out. So.
And that's embarrassing. So don't do that.
With that, that'll do it for us. Good night.